can come forward with your with your closing statements. You have 5 minutes. You're on the clock as we speak.
Previously stated in the first two court sessions, all my statements have probably been previously recorded in the previous two statements.
Okay, Your Honor, my closing statement. My client is an intelligent, hardworking woman who has worked.
Let's have some quiet in the courtroom, please.
My client is an intelligent, hardworking woman who has worked hard to get where she is today. That hard work has paid off the day that she became operations executive at Digicom. She was on her way to becoming one of the top businesswomen of America. Then Mr. Sanders, despite his wife, home life, and position within the company, sought out for revenge. I also know for a fact that Mr. Sanders has worked for Digicom for a while. Mr. Sanders wanted power. That to regain that power, he was willing to do whatever it took. My client is a victim of a man forcing himself on her, depriving her of her own free will. A man who could not stand the thought of my client achieving the position he felt that he deserved. Ask yourself, does being an intelligent, hard-working woman mean that you must be sexually harassed because of your position within a company? Don't women have the right to be a supervisor businesswoman without a man forcing himself on her? When you think about those two questions, think about my client. Think about the hurt, the disgust, and shame that Mr. Sanders has caused her. I also know that we have a statement that you have one of the witnesses here in front of you, that he actually admitted to his co-workers that he did still find her attractive. Thank you, Your Honor.
You have 5 minutes.
In my closing statement, Your Honor, to the jury, I have no doubt in my mind that the evidence will speak in favor of my client. And I ask each and every one of you to use your intelligence to make this decision. My client is a happily married father and husband who has never had any reason to cheat on his wife. There has been no domestic violence in his history. There is no way that he could have committed this alleged action. I don't doubt in my mind that he's a hard-working, dedicated employee of this company. And I fail to see how sexually harassing his boss would help promote him in this company, as the prosecutor stated when she said that we know he was jealous and he wanted power. That's why he pushed himself upon her. This man never had the power to do that. Sexual harassment is about power. It is not about sexual gratification. It is about power. He was not in the position to have that power, especially through some form of sexual harassment or sexual aggression. The evidence has proved that my client is innocent of these allegations. Please do not send another black man to jail for something he has not done. We have seen enough of that in our country. So I appeal to the intelligence of the people that have been here and heard these statements today. Not the statements of truth, for what we have heard here today have all been lies against my client. The evidence has spoken truth for my client, that he is innocent of what he has been accused of. My client has been through enough. His wife, his family, they have been through enough. Out of respect for the truth, the law, our American way of life, my client and his family and his children I urge you to make the decision based upon intelligence and reasonable doubt. No reasonable person can say beyond a reasonable doubt that my client is guilty of this. He's an honest, hard-working man. And as such, we should respect him. Thank you.
Hey, to at this point, since there's, we don't have a jury panel, I'm going to take a few minutes to question Mr. Johnson, or Ms. Johnson and Mr. Sanders about what took place in the office. I'll speak with you first. Ms. Johnson, can you please step forward?